Alright, YouTube, shorter video for you today. I'm going through and cleaning up some of the Act 1 areas because there were some things that I discovered in Act 2 that locked me out of content from Act 1, so I'm just going back through and cleaning up areas. I've already shown, everybody's already seen Act 1 to death by now, so I'm not going to show much more of Act 1. I'm just going to go through and clear it. And I'm going to vendor all the items, make a ton of money, etc., etc. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you. Today, I'm going to show you why you should fear Lysel, especially the level 8 Lysel that's pure fighter.
Don't say a word. Just listen. A parasite grips my mind. My own people hunt me. But I am gnawed by an even greater torment. You. My thoughts are hallowed ground. Yet you've crawled your way in. Uninvited. I'm obsessed by the ground under your feet and the wind over your head. I see your face just before I sleep and after I wake. I ask myself, are you worthy? Shakfonastu. There is only one way for you to prove it. A fine sentiment, but I require more. We fight. I test you in battle. Dance with me. Bleed with me. Bruise me so that you might possess me. Do it then. Make me yours.
Oh! I actually get to have a turn. Well then.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Well, at least I got a chance this time.
Best me. Prove your excellence. Wound me. Scar me.
Lysel's touch is unusual.
She doesn't even have a good weapon.
Her fingers lightly graze your bruises and wipe away your sweat.
No more. I can't bear it. I've torn flesh from monsters and men. I've laughed as they suffered. But you... I don't want to hurt you. I want to protect you. For you to protect me. I am yours. Say the words. Right answer.
Also, hashtag Lysel romance, best romance.
Source of my bruises.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of health, but yeah. There's a reason I want Lysel back on my team very quickly, because she deals the deeps. Anyway, ooh. This is actually a really short video. Maybe I'll show off a little bit of a fight real quick or something. Just to pad out that YouTube time, you know what I mean?
Don't touch me.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Oh, I know what I can talk about. While you were down here, if you did come down here and you did discover the arcane tower and go in there, did you remember to grab your bag of holding by chance? This is the chest of the mundane, aka the bag of holding. Notice it weighs 40 pounds. It has nothing in it. I have an 80-pound alchemy pouch. Ooh, I don't know if the alchemy pouch is a good idea to put in there. Maybe. We'll find out. Maybe that wasn't the best thing. Turn it into a cup that weighs 0.1. Or no. Yeah, it weighs 0.1. So turn it into 123 cups that weigh 0.1. And it's slightly heavier than it was. I don't know if that was the best example, because alchemy pouch stuff doesn't weigh a ton anyway. Oh yeah. No, it totally worked. So I'm 243, 218. And, oh. That's weird. The weight didn't fit. Oh, no, weight's being funny. Let's try something like 11-pound armor there. Is now 0.1 pound. This does not work with gold so much. I think gold gets heavier when it gets turned into yeah, goblet. 14 pounds instead of 700 pounds, so yeah, it's a little lighter. Anyway, but it turns everything into very light objects that weigh like 0.1 each. So don't forget to grab your bag of holding. Your character will probably point it out or you'll pass an arcana check while you stare at a chest and go, what is the purpose of that thing? It's a bag of holding. It's an unconventional bag of holding, but it's a bag of holding nonetheless.
No time to rest. Be wary. This place is trapped. Be wary. This place is trapped.
Godlike success.
These boots have seen everything.
So, if you come over here, before you do what I'm about to do, make a save. You'll see why in just a second. Now that most people are probably going to come up here and be like, oh, petrified drow, petrified person. I can use that potion of basilisk that I've been saving in my inventory.
Free for the taking.
Or the basilisk poison or whatever, the thing that cures petrification. That's the thing. I am way over leveled at this point, but that's fine. That's why this is not interesting content, is I just breeze through it and collect what I want. It's an actual beholder. Oh, it's still called a spectator. I think that's like an actual beholder, though. Well, since how we're so ridiculously overpowered. Can you get up here?
There's blood in the air.
Oh, you can get up here. You might take an opportunity attack, but should be fine. Can you bite it? I didn't like monster blood, apparently.
Survival is all that matters.
Yeah, that was a big sneak attack, actually. Ugh, I got disarmed, so I gotta rearrange all my skills again. Hate it when that happens. That was a really tender scene from Lizelle, anyway. I really like that. You don't get tenderness from Lizelle. Well, you in your game might not get tenderness from Lizelle, but
Best be on my
I'm
way.
starting to get tenderness from her, and I like that. I like that side of Lizelle. Her whole storyline kind of just turned everything she knew on its head, and she's starting to break with all of the Gith things she's been taught, and realizing she could be her own person instead of some like mindless warrior. Anyway, since I'm showing off fun things in this video, or cool or interesting, whatever, good content stuff, I do have the Blood of Lythander, but that's not where this attack is coming from. I think this is one of the best in slot setups for Shadowheart. The Sentinel Shield is good for initiative because she has really bad initiative. Well, actually, she's got Dex Gloves, which are great for her initiative. Difficult terrain. Being unimpeded by difficult terrain is massive. Plate armor, of course, with the shield. An AC of 20, which then enables this helm to work. And this helm is great, especially when you are fighting hordes of enemies. The amount of damage that she can soak with an AC 20 with its misses, and then just outright kill hordes of enemies all by herself without having to stand, move, do anything while on the enemy turn when they're just beating her down. Probably the best in slot helmet if you have a high AC. And then the spell Clark's Amulet, so we get some, spells back, especially those high level spell slots, which is really nice. Ring of Salving is good, real good. The only thing that I forget to take advantage of is this ring, so I need to find a different ring. As a side note, I am going to be going into the Temple of Eshir, and there's like a little teeny puzzle at the start, and these boots that Minthara had. I want you to pay attention very closely to the while you are concentrating, you can't be knocked prone or moved against your will. Just you know what that means when I release the next video in the Temple of Eshir, because I had to redo it a little bit, and I kind of explored a lot, and wow, just wow. Okay, that's all I can say about that. Looking forward to that. So anyway, the only other thing I wanted to point out, because you might not have noticed, is this attack right here. Melee attack once per turn, because Shadowheart has been respec'd to Domain of Life. And if you don't know what Domain of Life means, these are the spells that are automatically learned that I don't have to waste a spell slot on. That means I have all of the rest of the spell book to just mess around with all the cool cleric spells that become available. This is one of the strongest reasons to play Domain of Life Cleric on top of that Divine Strike. Like, maybe Domain of Light can rival how awesome this is. Domain of War sounds good on paper until you try to use your extra attack often, and then you realize that it takes your Channel Divinity to do that extra attack. And then when you run out of Channel Divinities, you don't get to do an extra attack anymore, and you're worse off than just having one strong attack every turn, especially if you have, you know, maybe a legendary weapon. So, you have thoughts on that and how to make it better, make it worse, or, you know, maybe don't make it worse, but you got thoughts on that? Want to leave a comment? Please do. Go ahead. We can discuss about this. Like it, hate it, whatever. Let me know. Is this actually the strongest build in the game for Shadowheart, or is it not?
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your opinion.
Still on my feet.
Because for Shadowheart to be a cleric, that is, I still want a cleric, and I actually want a cleric that can heal. And Shadowheart does that very well,
On my way.
especially now. Yep. Bro. Like, can you not?
Take your
Scratch. A grievous wound.
take your
I've missed this. Be quick.
Just get over there and stab him.
Drow. And worse. What were they doing here?
Anyway, that'll do it for the video. I'm going to keep going through and clearing Act 1 content until there is no more Act 1 content to clear, and just loot up, gear up, visit every single vendor and see what I can get out of them. And then I will move on into the main story. For an idea of what that is... spoilers, by the way. But for the idea of what's coming up next, we gotta go do this quest. We've already done the Ethelium thing. We got the ring out of that. I found the first book of Orpheus that was in the tower down here in the Underdark. The second book is on the child in the creche that is being a coward, and you can volunteer to knife fight him to the death for. And the third book, actually I can't remember where the third book is, but I'm pretty sure I got it on camera when I picked it up. So I might have to check a previous video about where I found those. So I'm interested to see where this leads, because yeah, I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna get, what I am guessing at, or who is Prince Orpheus. I think we've already met him, and that's all I can say. Yes, this quest, Find the Night Song, bugs out. And specifically in the state this is in, because I went into the bookshelf with the pedestal beside it. I went into the bookshelf and read his research notes, and then it pointed me to this. So this quest, if you go back after you know what the night song is, will bug out and stay open forever and clog your quest log. This is one of the reasons I had to go back and try to hopefully get this quest to close out when I find out what is the Night Song. And all that. Oh yeah, I might clean up the shadowy area as well. Just go through and find all the stuff. If I find anything interesting at all, I'll make another video, but for now, I know where some interesting content is, and I have a plan to make that happen as a YouTube video or two. So, more content to come. I'm going to do a full playthrough. I'm going to finish Baldur's Gate 3, and what's really alarming is, like, I already made it through all of Act 2, and I'm starting Act 3 fairly soon after this video, which is, like, I thought Baldur's Gate was supposed to be a long game, but I'm 10 hours in on the save with, let's be generous and say maybe 10 more on top of that for saves coming. I was hoping Baldur's Gate was going to be like 150, like 200 plus hour game for me, and it's starting to look like I might not even get 30 hours out of it with the storyline I went with. So I'm going to go back through and replay a different character. I haven't played the Dark Urge, and I saw something today on Twitch about the Dark Urge that makes me really want to play the Dark Urge. And I almost started a whole new playthrough. So, Dark Urge is is a playthrough I want to try next pretty desperately. Yeah. And then I also want to mess around with some other classes, and maybe I'll just do some respecking for that, but we shall see. I forgot to check this corpse. Interesting. Not useful. Interesting. Well, it's not useful for me, I should say. Anyway, you don't have to worry about unpetrifying the drow. Just lock up and murder him. You can get the items off of him. I'm pretty sure the drow would murder you if you were in. If the situation was reversed, I'm pretty sure that they would have no problem with doing the same thing I'm doing to them. Anyway, that'll be the end of the video. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment if you got a comment. And, yeah. I'll see you in the next one.